New archaeological evidence discovered in Jerusalem is now providing added support for the Bible's telling of history, specifically an event so grand and dramatically violent that it permanently altered the magnetic field, the destruction of the first Jewish temple.
In our excavations here, we unearthed a building, and the building was heavily destroyed by fire. When we excavated, we saw tons of stones, pottery smashed on the floor, and wooden beams that were burnt. Everything is indicating a very violent destruction. Within the debris of the destruction, we saw fragments of floor of very high quality. Floor should be the last thing that we see. Everything should be lying on the floor.
This monumental floor that was exposed here gave us the rare opportunity to reconstruct the magnetic field of the Earth at the 9th of Av, 586 BCE, since it contains magnetic minerals. Once this floor was heated to very high temperatures, they all aligned with the magnetic field of the Earth of the time. By the work we did in the Paleomagnetic Laboratory in the Hebrew University, we could reconstruct the magnetic field of the Earth at this very specific time in the past.
So essentially using the date of a catastrophe that we know of, the Tisha B'Av destruction of the Jewish temple in 586 BCE, scientists are able to reconstruct the exact magnetic makeup of the Earth nearly 2,600 years ago. And according to researchers involved in the excavations, the purpose of this study was twofold. One, to rediscover the direction and magnitude of the magnetic field on the day of Jerusalem's destruction. And two, to understand what the magnetic data recorded in the floor fragments of the temple can tell us about the destruction itself. Well, exactly as described in the Torah, the archaeological and magnetic data confirms that a grand building on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem had been destroyed by fire and probably intentionally.
This archaeological event is echoed very well in the biblical text. The text described that he burned all the houses of Jerusalem, and all the houses of the dignitaries he burned in fire. So what we got here is one of these big houses, public houses of Jerusalem that were burned down during the destruction of Jerusalem in 9th of Av, 586 BC.